So, science versus psychics. Science says, probably not. People who've tried to repeat BEM studies have been unable to, and that's sort of the core thing with science. If you can't see it over and over again, if it's not in fact a repeating pattern in nature, what is it? Probably a statistical fluke. And that's the best we can do. There are no facts in science. There's no such thing as something so irrefutably true that nobody could find a reason to doubt it. Another major component of science, one that we will talk about more moving forward, but that I want to mention briefly now, is what we call prior probability. What are the odds, given everything else we think we know about the universe, that some people can bend the laws of physics to their will and see into the future, such that our timeline, the curvature of space and time, are bent just for them? And probably not. Probably not. Which means the bar of evidence that you have to clear to convince me that this is a real thing, it's very, very high. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. This research has been going on for a century, and the answer's pretty clear. And yet, polls show that large numbers of people believe that ESP is real. Now, this is kind of a spoiler for where we're headed, but the evidence suggests that this is not simply a case of people being mistaken, of thinking that the evidence supports extrasensory perception, psi phenomena, when it in fact does not. Instead, when confronted with scientific evidence that conflicts with what people already believe, belief often grows stronger. That many varieties of belief are in fact resistant to evidence, and most importantly, that this is not a feature of education or intelligence. There's something else at work, something about the ways in which our brain is wired, which is a shame. Because in the expanse of our universe, full of stars and matter, but mostly just space, every bit of information that we have about our world to help us see more clearly, make better decisions, is a candle in the dark. And every person who thinks scientifically about the world, about things like ESP, adds luminance.